Alright, so the DZOfilm ROB set of lenses can be quite polarizing for beginners and a few intermediate filmmakers. On one hand, it seems impractical for 5-lens sets when considering the odd focal lengths of 14, 21, 40, 135, and 180. Not your standard set of lenses. But on the other hand, it can be a perfect set of lenses that introduces a fresh and new perspective, especially when it comes to the 135 and 180mm focal lengths, which I do want to focus more in this video. Now, I have a deep appreciation for telephoto lenses, particularly in the history of long lenses, whether in narrative, documentary, or commercial work. So I challenged myself to film a story with just these 2 lenses. I mean, yeah, the heaviest I've been was about 130 pounds, but that was way back in high school, and it hasn't been the same since.
I mean, does that make you upset or bother you that you can't really gain weight?
I mean, it comes and goes. Some days I feel really, really tiny, like weak skin and bones. I mean, kind of like today and these last couple of days. But other days I feel strong, especially when I'm outside, working with my hands, working in the yard, just being active. Yeah.
I mean, why don't you just go work out?
How come every time I open up you find some reason to choke hold your thoughts?
Too lazy.
Sounds like a personal problem.
That was perfect.
Are you gonna add that in just for fun or no?
Yeah, for a blooper later, yeah. Before we get to the rest of the video, I want to share with you about my channel sponsor, Audio. Growing up, I've always been inspired by the Rocky workout sequences as he prepared for a boxing match, which inspired the whole workout scenes for my short. This was a fun challenge to find music that would fit that energy. I tried several different types of combinations in the search on Audio's platform, which landed me on a blend of a gritty mood, pop genre, and then my instruments would be a synth and drums that I mainly look for to help me land on the track, which I did, The Line by Hairpin. It's honestly really fun for me to explore Audio's massive library of artists. And with Hans AI or LinkMatch AI, you can dive even deeper into new forms of genres and artists from the platform. So if you're still searching for a music platform to use in your work, sign up and try Audio. Use my discount code Cine70 to get 70% off your first year of Audio Pro, making it just $59. Or if you hate subscriptions and just need music, you can get a lifetime subscription for just $199 when you use my code Cine99. Check out the link in the description below. So here's what I've learned from using only a telephoto lens to shape a story. I wanted my frames to reflect the conversation my wife and I were having. So using lenses that compress the scene throughout can enhance the feeling of vulnerability of any particular topic, but also make the scenes feel more observational by limiting the world around and focusing on their details, which is more commonly used with telephoto lenses, adds the sense of heaviness. But when I changed the tone in the film, it still felt important, in my opinion. Now, it is still possible to let the frame breathe when using a 135 or a 180 for my wides. You just have to step back quite a bit. I believe all self-proclaimed cinematographers, including myself, shouldn't limit or box in what we commonly known as to be our wide establishing lenses, our mid standards, and telephotos for coverage, only to use it in that specific way. Part of the journey of creating your own style comes with how you choose the lens and how you communicate the emotion on screen. Obviously, take this with a grain of salt. I'm still a young bull in this game. And now just getting to a little bit of the technical things. I know there's going to be some questions about the GFX and lensing and things like that. So the DZO Arles Primes are VistaVision coverage, which means it has a 46mm image circle. VistaVision or Premista is a 1.07 crop in the GFX 102 compared to the GFX mode, which is the full width of the sensor, not the height. So when we discuss crop factors, we are considering the horizontal field of view, but also the edge-to-edge performance of a lens and how clean it is. So is it void of vignetting, edge distortion, or sharpness fall off? The smaller the image circle and the bigger the sensor, the more what we call character is introduced. And this is something that I'm sure not a lot of lens optical designers want you to see. You should watch my vintage lenses on my GFX 102 video because I'm using full frame lenses on the full sensor of the camera. So it's fun to watch. On the other side, a smaller sensor and a larger image circle will feel more clean. Now, a full frame camera is pretty much the standard, so it's a 1-to-1 crop factor, which isn't really applied in a lot of instances. However, if you want to match the horizontal field of view of a full frame camera with the GFX 102 NGF mode in 4K DCI, in this case a 135 lens, you would use a 0.79 crop factor times the focal length, which is 135. So this will result in a 106mm. So you will need a 106mm lens on a full frame camera to match the field of view of a GFX sensor in 4K 17:9. This also applies to 180. The 180 will be 142mm field of view, in which you had to find something similar to that to match the field of view of a GFX sensor to full frame. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments below if there's anything that was confusing or didn't make sense. But yeah, what are some interesting focal lengths that you're using right now that's not commonly used? I would love to know in the comments below. Catch you guys next time.